pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
This is Freestone County Commissioners Court, December 3rd, 2025. We do have approved in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act, correct? Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Any members of the public which would like to speak will each have 3 minutes. Don't see anybody. We'll go to item number 1 to approve minutes of November 3rd, 2025 special meeting and November 6th and 17th, 2025 regular meetings.
No.
On the second set, Judge, on number 18. Do you know that Hillco has replacement? Does that read like that? On the bond?
Second set.
The second deal, number 18. Knowing that.
That is correct. It is written correct.
Okay.
We do have the new bonds on file.
Okay.
And we had them actually before XTO requested the release of the old bonds.
Okay.
So we've got them, we've got copies of them.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of November 3rd, 2025 special meeting and November 6th and 17th regular meeting.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Aye. Motion carried. Item number 2 for budget transfers and amendments.
This is going to clean up 25,
It is,
put the bed.
yes. Thank goodness. Yes.
Make a motion to approve the budget transfer agreement.
I'll second.
A motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 3 is to approve and pay the bills.
Limestone County went to 50. When did that start? October, the new year? You don't remember?
When they changed the rate.
Yeah. Is that when it started? I'm just curious, because it'd been, okay.
I think they actually invoiced us one time at the lower rate, didn't they?
Yeah.
Still very generous of them.
Yes.
They're still cheap,
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably spending close to $3,500 a day on inmates.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve the budget.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 4 is to approve the payroll.
You got it? We passed it.
Oh, wait a minute.
I make a motion to approve the payroll.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion carried. At this time, y'all agree, would y'all like to skip down to item number 9? So that we can get Mr. Dixon came to today.
Oh, that's okay, I'll continue to charge you for this song.
Well, I'm thinking your clock is ticking, mine, I'm thinking about that. But I do know we get reimbursed for it as well.
Yeah.
No, so we'll go.
Good. Yeah, that's fine.
We can move down to item number 9, public hearing on the proposed designation of reinvestment zone number 12, which is C1 Freestone 1 LLC data center project.
I'm gonna open the public hearing, Judge.
If there's no discussion on, I read number 10 today. Number 9 will be a public hearing on the proposed designation of the reinvestment zone number 12, C1 Freestone 1, LLC data center project. Public hearing
9/11.
at 9/11.
I'll start off by explaining what this is. As you know, we have to create a reinvestment zone in order to do tax abatement. this is the creation of a reinvestment zone for a proposed data center project with C1 Freestone One LLC, which is an affiliate of Cyrus One. The area covered is approximately 507 acres of land near the Calpine Power Plant. The initial real property improvement stage will be a minimum of $600 million. The pilot on that would be $850,000 per year. But once all real property stages are done, the real property improvements investment could be over $2 billion. But the real value on these data centers comes with the personal property additions that go inside. The servers, the chips, all that stuff are where the big money is.
If they give you an idea of what that might be, potential?
Please.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. John Hayden with Cyrus One. We're probably looking usually double that from the tenants that deploy their equipment inside that building.
So 1.2 or more per data center. Actually, I've seen it triple a lot of times. But, so it'd be double whatever the real property investment is
At a minimum.
At a
at a
minimum?
minimum.
So you might be looking at 4 when your tenants get in there? I
Yeah,
assume that.
the other part of it is, so the data centers we build, we need more or less 25, 30-year life.
Yeah.
The servers they put in there, not much different than your iPhone, right? They're replacing those things every 3 to 4 years. So you kind of have this rotation of,
Yeah.
they're going to invest, they'll replace those servers over time, reinvest.
So you don't have a depreciation hit like you would on most things. I mean,
Be more sustainable.
sustainable value.
Did we ever get clarification on the water usage?
Yes, that was per day. That was a per day. usage.
Gallons per day.
Yeah,
Because that was a big concern.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
How much was the water usage per day?
1,150 gallons. 1,150 gallons.
that's just for domestic.
That's
They're
after
gonna have a one-time fill up on the enclosed, the self-contained cooling system, which I don't know how many gallons that'll be. It'll be, you know, more significant than domestic use. And then it should not have to be recharged. They reuse the water, you know, soup filters and stuff, and they reuse the water for cooling. It's a lot cheaper for them and a lot better for the community.
Where's the water coming from? Where's the water come from?
There'll be a well,
From where?
there'll be a well on the property that will take the water from.
Have y'all got that already approved to dig the well?
I don't believe so.
So that'll have to go through the.
The groundwater district.
Yeah, for well and septic, we'll go through the county process for that. Yeah, just on the fill, right, so it's a closed loop, air-cooled cooling system. Filling that loop takes about 20 to 30,000 gallons, so more or less like filling a swimming pool. Fill it one time, and like you said, we just recirculate that water over and over. It's the same cooling system we've been using for over a decade.
What did we figure the 1,150 gallons for households today?
Roughly.
Yeah, so
Not a huge impact.
the water we use is really for bathrooms, irrigation, those kind of things.
I know there'll probably have to be some studies done by that committee to see how that would affect other people's wells, water in each other's wells, so, I mean, it's a process.
Yep.
I've been dealing with that up on the lake, and so, you know, groundwater is a big issue in our county and in several counties. And so we certainly, I think as the commissioners, we certainly want to do what's best for our groundwater.
Us too.
I've got a question back to the pilot. So, if the pilot is 10 years, and we're looking at chips and servers being replaced in that 5-year pattern.
Right.
Okay, so we establish a certain amount for the pilot for 10 years. But in 5 years, you have basically put in new inventory that is worth a lot more money before the original actually hit their
We will
depreciation.
adjust the pilot to address that.
So it wouldn't be a
Either
fixed-
up front, well, it will be fixed, but we'll take into consideration that in fixing the pilot. But that's gonna be in our negotiations with the tenants. See, the way this is set up is really going to be easier than other places I've done it, where their real property and the personal property will be under separate tax abatement agreements. So the tenants will come in and negotiate their personal property agreements separately. They're still bound, because they're in the reinvestment zone, they're essentially bound by the same terms, so they're not gonna get a better rate, a better percentage. But they do come in and we have separate agreements with them, which is a lot easier to control. So, you know, you could be talking about, well, you would be talking about billions of dollars in investment. You know, everybody's real careful not to oversell, but I know in one that I just got done, the total investment ended up being $18 billion, which essentially created a pilot that was going to be a lot of their budget, a large part of their budget. So everything has good sides and downside side, but these are a lot less intrusive than a lot of things.
You got any downside questions to ask Andy, as far as, I mean, is there?
You know, the water and electricity use are the main things that come up. They're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be in a situation where the electricity is gonna be pretty abundant for them. And water usage, as we discussed, is gonna be minimal. Noise is no longer really a problem with these things. Some of the earlier ones, you know, had a hum that could be heard for quite a ways. They're a lot better built now. But otherwise, I haven't heard, other than a lot of people are afraid of AI, but otherwise I haven't heard a lot of it. Now, there's only like about 5 hyperscalers that can really be tenants on these things. We're looking at Google, OpenAI, AWS, some of those. So you're pretty much a known commodity that when one of these big outfits comes in, if they commit to it, it's going to get done. So it's a lot, I won't say better, but it's a lot more, you can depend on it a lot more than maybe some of the solar situations. They're gonna, you know, if they commit to it, they've got the money and the might to get it done.
Project, the start date, Mike, do you have a start and stop?
Well, there would be a start date for the abatement, which would be January 1 after the completion of the project. But
Well, my question is, why would we want to go into a 10-year if it's going to be up and running in 3?
because you're giving them 10 years of abatement in return for that investment.
Okay.
But that doesn't start until.
It's actually completed.
Right.
Right.
Completion.
And then the other stages, they will actually, each stage will have their own 10 your abatement period. But other stages of real property improvement. So if they, let's say they went out and they wanted to build a second or third data center. They come back and we want to build a third data center. Well, that data center would pick up on a new abatement schedule. So it's kind of, and I had to do this in Comm County too, it's kind of a tiered system where you've got parts coming on and off of abatement. And the thing is, when they come off abatement, they're fully taxable. So you're not, it's not like, okay, the pilot went down this month. Well, the pilot went down because that part of the investment became fully taxable, so you're actually better off. So it's a little bit complicated to wrap your head around, but it'll work.
Yeah. I guess what I was looking at is like on the solar abatements we've looked at in the past. Wasn't that typically set up on about an 8-year depreciation? 8 to 10?
No, they were usually longer than that. They were 15 or 20.
But with the pilot being 10 years on all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, what's different is we're changing out assets halfway through the pilot.
Right.
So why wouldn't there be a pilot reflective of the same percentage, but an additional pilot in 5 years to reflect the
Increase in value.
increase in value of the chips that were replaced, whether
That
it's
would
4 years or
be
5?
difficult to do unless we could figure out maybe something up front to increase the pilot up front to account for that on a discounted basis or something.
It just appears to me if we don't have something in place, then the value of the assets, that tax base is going to rise, and then we're stuck at that same
Right.
pilot amount for the next
We'll
5
have,
years.
we
So
will have something to address either from the upfront pilot, taking that into consideration, or something that comes into place at that time. We'll do something to address that.
Mike, do you want me to comment on that just real quickly? Do you want me to? I'm Jeff Doyle,
Sure,
represent
yeah.
Cyrus One. I don't know if this is helpful or not, but on, the project we're talking about here is just the real property, so that will have the building itself will depreciate ratably, probably over a 30-year period, so you don't really have that issue. What you're talking about is the personal property.
Yeah.
That's not owned by Cyrus One, that'll be owned by the tenants, as you mentioned. It'll be, it's gonna be some major, I don't know who this is, it's an Amazon, Microsoft, or something like that, and, you can negotiate that with them on how you work that pilot, given the fact that they're, what would probably happen is, you're right, every 3 years they're gonna be replacing it, it'll probably go up in value, it'll go like this, and then, like that, and so there's probably a way to address that in the pilots. But that's not really up for the debate today, or the consideration today, because this asset
It's only the real property.
Yeah, it's the real property.
But when we get to negotiating with the personal property.
I just think it's important not to be stuck at a certain amount for 10 years, knowing that the valuation of the hardware is going to fluctuate within that 10-year period.
Right.
So we don't want to leave nothing on the table.
Either we take the initial valuation or of the initial capital investment and increase it by a certain amount, maybe not the full amount, but a discounted amount to give them credit for the 5 years of depreciation there is. Or we just have a proportional increase to the pilot each time that happens.
So it doesn't affect the rate, no unit.
No need.
Right.
So this $850,000 pilot, is that on the personal property?
No, that's on real property.
The real property?
And that's just on the first stage of real property. The first stage is a minimum of 600 million. but it could be more, so that may go up. We have a clause in there that says that if the value of the initial stage is higher than 600 million, then the pilot will go up pro rata. So they're cautious. They're being cautious with their estimates so they don't oversell, but 600 million's a pretty cautious estimate for 2 data centers, you know. So you can very probably expect that's going to be more like 800 or 900. I guess at this point, Judge, if there's no further questions of me or the representative, you can open it up to
Any other
hearing
questions
from you.
Anybody public got any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions everybody has.
Okay, if there's no questions from Commissioners Court or the public, we will
9:27.
close the hearing at 9:27. Which brings us to item number 10, discussion and action on the designation of reinvestment zone number 12. Any more discussion on it?
And I've handed you an order that creates the reinvestment zone. Sorry, look at it.
Lloyd, I have that order. There's 2 copies. It's the same document.
If you, no, I've already handed a copy out. Okay, so you just need to sign those
You
two.
got one?
You just need to sign those two.
You need it?
No, I'll get that one back.
Okay.
Will there be any action on this item number 10?
No, there.
Will there be a motion to enter into, to designate the reinvestment zone number 12 in Freestone County?
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion carried. That being said, I guess we'll go back up to item number 5 on reports.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you,
y'all.
Commissioners.
Thank y'all for coming. On the reports, I have a report here from the Chief Fire Department. November calls was 22. There were 3 structure fires, 2 vehicle fires, 7 grass fires, 6 motor vehicle collisions, and 4 miscellaneous. report from the county extension agent for November. Have a breakdown for the road and bridge works for October 2025. Any other reports?
I have two treasurer binders up there for reports. And they both need to be signed, please. And the first one is closing out the 2025 annual year, and then the second binder's the new fiscal year.
Do have October 2025 and December 3rd, 2026. Pass it. That way first.
Do you want me to present it?
More than likely to. Sure.
Okay, this is the October 2025. I, Mandy Chambers, the Freestone County Treasurer, present the October end of the month for the fiscal year 2026. Our bank reconciliation to the Commissioners Court in accordance with the section of 114.026 Local Government Code. This report includes, but is not limited, money received and dispersed from the Treasurer's Office, the bank reconciliation reports, and all the other proceedings in the Treasurer's Office that pertain to the financial standing of the Freestone County Commissioners Court. Adjustments have been noted as is, including amounts, if any, that have been identified as irreconcilable for the month. Presented differences will be noted and carried in transit until such time as they have been identified and reconciled. Let me skip down here. Everyone has signed it. The official declaration must state the amounts of cash and other assets in the county treasurer's custody at the time of examination. Our general fund is at $6,273,111.12, ending October 31st. Our ARPA funds are at $63,464.68. Our taxable investment account is at $4,303,679.03. And all of our other findings come in November for our other additional investments that we approved for TextLogic and TechStar. So I don't have anything on the books for October yet. So that's for our new fiscal year. And then we closed out 2025.
I think you need two more signatures.
Sign on that one. The treasurer's report for our annual 2025, in accordance to section 114.026. Let's see, we ended the year with accompanying balances with the auditor's report. So overall, our beginning cash in October 2024 was $20,862,220, and we ended balance $18,398,652.04. Everything's balanced and reconciled to end the year for 2025. So that's good.
I should make some signatures.
Yes, sir.
Have a motion to accept the reports.
I'll make a motion.
Motion and a second, all in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 6, burn ban.
I've been burning brush myself.
Yeah. action on number 6, item number 7, special road use agreements.
I have two on, for County Road 930, 941, and 934. I talked to the people, they're coming out there to do some work out by that Lone Star gas, electric line thing out there. They're not gonna go in there with a lot of stuff. I talked to the guy, and what we talked about was that we would make a group, they won't not haul any big stuff in there, just basically stuff, different stuff. That anything they put, they would be reliable for fixing. So, whatever y'all wanna do, I mean, if you wanna put a bond on there, that's fine, but I mean, they said they'd take care of it.
It's up to you, it's your.
Did they sign a road use agreement?
Sir?
They did sign a road
Yes,
use
sir.
agreement?
Yes, sir. I have them here, they'll sign.
It's not a major,
No.
it's not a big project.
No.
From what knowledge I've got of it, mainly electrical, isn't it?
It's on 941.
It's actually on 930, but they're gonna come off of 84, across from the
Trench Club.
Boyd Farm, and then they'll go down 941, and they gotta get on 934, and then they gotta go over and hit 930 to get up there to that station up there. And it is, Cold Creek Construction, LTD.
Damn, Cam.
That's good.
Is that across from Dubos's old place?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that by many hands.
Yeah.
It's mainly electrical, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a substation out there.
Yeah, they're trying to jump power all the way over to 84 to the pump station.
Wow.
That's the way I understand it, because we've had several dealings with right-of-way issues.
So if it's agreement, if it's agreed, I feel comfortable that they will do what they say.
Well, that's a good, it's a good contractor. We know the contractor, I do, and I would have all the confidence in the world, that he's a good guy.
The agreement holds them accountable as well.
Is it all of them?
Yeah, that's it, it's got that, it's all on that room right there. 930, 934, 940.
Any other road use agreements, contracts, permits, bonds considered?
We did without no, they said ride the road and let them know. We have a $200,000 bond, on the road use agreement. But we've not ridden the road to see yet. So,
I got mine. Mine is easy, it was one road, and I told them, yeah, 2 loads to fix my deal.
I had a lot of roads.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah, but
And,
you
we ride around and look at
yeah,
them.
we're gonna look.
So we had planned on, something came up, so we'll get that taken care of. Before we release those bonds.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do.
I make a motion to accept the road use agreements. Precinct 4, it's the only one that was in there, wasn't it?
Yep. Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, aye?
Thank you.
Motion carried. Item number 8 is to approve bonds and education certificates for county officials and employees. Have a CJIS security and privacy training. Richard McGowan has successfully completed the security and private general role. Tax assessor, collector, team education transcript. Dan Ralston has a total of 23.5 hours for this year, which means that he's got 3.5 to carry over. That's all I have. Motion to accept these bonds, or education certificates.
I'll make that motion.
I have a second.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, aye? Let's get down to item number 12, review the ACA ETC proposals for 1095 reporting.
So I gave y'all all a packet, and there will be a document for us to sign, but every insurance brokerage has a third-party company that supports their 1095 submissions. So through the Affordable Care Act, we, as an employer have to submit the employees 1095 forms. And it's a lot of information that has to be pulled to submit. Last year, the same company provided us their services to submit the 1095s for 2024, and our brokerage company with ANCO paid for that service. So this year, they're giving us a discounted rate, but we are responsible for that, that financial expense there. So I just wanted to discuss it and show y'all that it's going to cost us the $25.08. And then if you look at the very last page, it's what ANCO had paid for last year for us to have those services.
Why did Inco want to pay this year? I'm just curious.
It was a lack of notice, wasn't it?
It was a lack of notice that kind of fell through the cracks on the last minute because TAC had provided us those services by using their insurance benefits all along. And this was kind of the first year that we didn't have anybody with TAC to provide that because we don't have their insurance benefits anymore, so.
And because ANSCO didn't disclose that to us, they eat it last year.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I got you. So that was, that last year was an on them.
yes.
Right.
I was just curious. I
Right.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
well, I didn't know
Story.
it was
Yeah.
coming the other day, so.
So do we need a motion on this? Or we're just, what do
That's, I guess,
you
to.
say?
We're here, might as well make one to, go forward with the DTC companies, knowing that that amount is going to be $2,508 annual fee for the county.
And as long as we're with ANCO, they'll provide those services, I'm assuming at the same rate. But we have to file 1095s, so I'm gonna have to find another company, if not this one.
If they're charging us less this year than they did ANSCO last year,
They're very
there's something
thorough.
good about them.
Other brokerage companies that I've spoke with, they use them as well, so.
So the motion is gonna be to approve the ACA-ETC proposal for 1095 reporting. Is it?
Sounds excellent.
Excellent.
Is that a motion?
Great, here. That's a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 13 is to review the TCDRS plan documents for the total 1% flat rate.
I provided another packet for y'all. Back in July and August, we had approved that we were going to do the flat rate 1% for the COLA for the retirees' retirement plan. So I have to have our new plan submitted by December 15th. Our representative, Richard, he said if we wanted to get an extension on discussing, so he could come talk to y'all a little bit more about the difference between flat rate CPI, we could get it extended till the 18th. But we wanted to discuss it, our last agreement when we approved it one more time in December before we submitted the plan documents. So I provided these documents here in these columns. You can see where we approved the 1%, it's going down, and that's gonna additionally add to our actuarial unfunded liability, about $220,000. I compared it to some other ones because in the past, we've only done the CPI increase, and the CPI increase goes back to previous retirees that it affects them to raise their rates too. With a flat rate, it's just from now and forward. So we have to keep that in mind if we want to look at some differences. So On the flat rate, it's gonna be an additional $220,000 on the actuarial. If we did a 10% CPI, it's 530, and then if we did a 50%, I'd kinda just mark that red and out off the table, because that's gonna put us way, way higher than I think we need to be. We need to stay in the 85 percentile, for that ratio. You don't wanna go under the 85, and that puts us at 83. So I compared those two, the 10% and the flat rate 1%, so y'all could see that. And then additionally, you can go on a CPI rate from 10% to 100%, and then on the flat rate, it's 1, 2, or 3%. So it's just some information there. If we want Richard to come flow a little better on discussing that, or we can stay with the 1% that we approved back in July and August.
You're saying if that we can get an extension, we could have him come to our next commissioner's court, which would be
Correct.
on the 17th of December,
Correct, and then we could submit the plan documents on the 18th.
on that 18th.
They would allow that.
I would like to talk to the guy.
I would too, I would too.
I told him I thought that would be really good for y'all to hear him
Yeah.
talk about it, because he's very thorough in it, so, I'll let him know.
Okay.
Motion to table this?
A motion and a second to table, agenda item number 13.
Lord, I had a bond that I had here that I didn't know nothing about on County Road 496.
Okay, we're gonna go back up to,
We left out 11 too, Judge.
okay, I had that one checked on. Go back up to item number 7. We have a
County Road 496 is Spectrum Golf LLC. I have not seen this. It was in my book.
Spectrum being the people that's doing the
496.
fiber optics.
Is that 496, is that the one that's down here off of, we talked about that, ain't that, is that split you and Andy? Down on the end of,
Blick Road, or Michael Road, yeah. 496,
yeah, we've talked about this, and it's a dead end road up there. I think part of it's yours and part of it's yours.
no, well, all the S nine, 496 is all the S nine, mine and Clyde split, Tommy Blick Road. Off the one that turns off the Cornview Road, where the number is Blick Road. Really? Yeah, the
That road used to-
far end of it's Clyde.
That road used to be in 3 precincts.
Yeah, in
It's
the
in the
Texas
city.
School District.
It's in the city, and then
It was
it's
city.
precinct.
It was city.
City, 2 precincts in the Texas School District,
Yeah,
and it's right out there.
but it changed a little bit after the redistrict.
Yeah.
I talked to that guy, I don't remember what exactly it is, he's, something about that ditch down through there or something. I don't know, but I referred him over to you, and I have not heard nothing back from him
I
since.
hadn't heard anything.
Is it,
Spectrum?
yeah, so probably what the thing was, is there's no poles down that road, so they can put it up off the ground, so they're probably gonna bury it down through there. I'm not that familiar, I know the road that we got down there, I don't know if there's any electrical poles down there. They usually run it up above the ground.
Yeah, they've been doing what they want to do.
Yeah, that could have read
Spectrum,
that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Put
exactly.
that on hold till we get more information.
Yeah, they just come in, you don't know anything, and you got people on your crash. That's what he did us out here.
So you need to change that motion and pass Clyde's and table this one?
Yeah, we table that. Make motion to table.
Guess it'd be a new motion. Item number 7, to approve the road use agreement for precinct 4 and to table the road use agreement for precinct 1 and 3.
Okay. So the one we voted on,
It's good.
it's good, but we'll table Richards,
Spectrum.
that one,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Well, it'd be Andy.
Could be just any.
Can't wait to get it.
Sorry about that.
Do they have a motion to do that?
Did they?
Yeah.
Motion to table?
Yeah, I second
Okay.
it.
I didn't get it on the table.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I don't know who made it. I thought I said,
Then we'll go back to item number.
if she needs somebody, she missed it. Or
On the
or we
table.
missed
Who
it.
made the
One of us.
motion?
Richard made a motion to table.
I think I said.
Okay. That's
Get you-
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Clyde's passed and we tabled that one.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 11, resolution for public safety vehicle protection program for grant number 5677301 from the Criminal Justice Division of the Texas Governor's Office.
This grant, what this grant's it's a no-match grant, we're gonna pay for the whole thing. I feel pretty confident we'll get it, like we do the rest of them. It's about $150,000, and it's bullet-resistant windshields, side glass, and door panels for all of our patrol vehicles, so, that are in use.
So it's the windshield, the driver, passenger side, and the doors.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow,
Mhm.
good.
But it was, ours totaled right around 150,000, is about what it was,
Will that grant include installation and
everything. The only thing we need to do is, we have to keep those windshields. We gotta take the old windshields out of what we have, we'll have to store them, because when we get rid of those
Yes,
vehicles.
that was my next question.
We gotta
Can we pass them down if the
Yes.
models allow?
Yeah, well, and we're working on, legislature, legislature, doesn't have nothing to do with legislature, sorry. We're working on, moving forward with the Tahoes, that the windshields remain the same diameters. That way, we can take these bullet resistant,
They won't be wasted.
yes, we can put them in the new ones when we buy them. That's what they're kind of trying to get to with the Tahoes right now. Trying to work with them and ensuring that they try to.
That's a big task.
Yeah, trying to keep them windshields the same size as they keep improving them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get with, yeah.
Because you buy, well, we run ours a little longer, but, after 7, 8 years of having a vehicle, well, when we buy a new one, it's not gonna have that in there, which, in my opinion, that ought to just come. You buy a patrol vehicle, it ought to already have it in it, in my opinion. It'd be great if they started doing that. I'm sure that would come to our cost, but, that's what's needed. But if we can somehow get with Tahoe and they keep those windshields about the same size where these would fit right back in them, it'd be great.
so just what you was asking me about the other day about having a place to
Storage.
store. How
Yes.
many you talking about?
At least probably about 20. We'll have 20 windshields.
Is it just the windshields that's gonna be stored, or is there the mechanism?
The side
built
windows, too.
inside the door?
Now the panels in the door, I think they just go right, they kind of go under what's already there.
Okay.
So the panels, I think, are fine, they just mentioned the windshield. We'll figure out storing it, they want to pay the 150,000, I'm good.
They can get a rack, store them.
Yep.
You need a motion?
Need to basically approve this resolution.
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Motion and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 15, or item number 14 will be no action. I talked to LJ about that, we're going different routes. But move to item number 15, consider possible action to authorize New Year's Day fireworks sales. Andy Bond, speak on that.
Why y'all do that?
It's going on before I got here.
Yeah, you're the fireworks man.
I make a motion to approve.
Is that with fins and feathers and all those other things that go with it? Take it
No,
whatever.
no contingencies.
Tag your dog,
Anytime.
put your dog in the house.
You're in the barn.
Yeah.
Turn 'em out.
Is there a certain date in there that's they're only regulated to sell?
Yeah.
Do your-
It's, December 20th to, midnight, January 1st of 26.
So as soon as they start buying them, they can start popping them, huh?
That's when they're able to sell them.
You can pop them, I guess, anytime you want to. There's ain't no law against that in the country. I wouldn't think.
Just when the puppies come up missing, call it Andy
I
Bob.
lost two of the best dogs I ever had in my life because of 4th of July.
Some of them sell out.
Andy probably made the motion that year.
Andy's fault.
Can I rescind my motion?
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Oh, I say.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye? Motion carried. Next, we'll go into executive session. I guess before we do that, while the public's still here, I did have something for commissioners' comments that I'd like to go ahead and bring up, which is about the county Christmas lunch, which will be 2 weeks from today, December the 17th. We reached out, Karen and Maria reached out to some different people, and she sent out some emails talking about doing food other than traditional, because I think everybody just ate a lot of turkey and dressing, and on the 17th, you're a week away from eating it again, and possibly on New Year's, so. They reached out to look at barbecue, Mexican food, and Italian. The barbecue and Italian were already pretty much booked for what they had going, so it's not available.
So which barbecue?
Sam's.
Okay, so I mean, okay.
And then, Rancho Viejo, I guess, had the lowest bid on the Mexican food. Beef and chicken fajitas and rice and beans.
What's the difference between it and, I mean, is it close between it?
It was cheaper, a lot cheaper than last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it ended up coming out to $17 a plate
What's
for
barbecue?
75 plates.
What's barbecue?
They actually did not give me a quote. Per the manager at Sam's, they said that they will not do regular turkey on Wednesdays, they will only do barbecue. And they weren't gonna do what we normally do as far as the dressing and stuff. We had this issue a couple of years ago, which made us switch to a different vendor. And so, but still, last year for that one, I think it was $1,500 total, which I think came out to $20 a plate, something like that. But still, the Mexican food is cheaper.
Well, let's go with it. They did a good job.
That's kind of what they've been polling on the emails and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
got the email, I didn't get
And then something else that was brought up, that in the past at the Christmas lunches, that there were door prizes that were pretty much donated by department heads or elected officials, where there'd just be a gift card or something that the elected official bought out of their pocket and brought, and then there'd be names drawn. So the question was to ask, does everybody think we should do that again?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just for discussion, y'all think about
What,
it.
what do we need to
Talk to your
contribute? I know
comrades.
at one time, the commissioners court did something, we pitched in and bought something, I mean, do we do that, do we need to do that now, or what, I mean?
I think that's kind of what was, hasn't been done in several years, as
It
Karen said.
hasn't been done
since-
since I've been here, and I've been here since 21. The door prizes. I think the last time it was done, I think was 2018. And I know, I've had several elected officials bring it up to me past several years that they want to start doing that again.
Do it, keep a tally of all elected officials do, and if Andy Bonner don't, then we'll shame him.
What is it? His name is Robbie, just with,
Nobody-
You'll bring some fireworks?
Fireworks.
Right.
Is there gonna be a money amount set? Like minimum, maximum?
$50. You can't do anything less than 50, and that don't be much anymore.
No, how much it cost?
$50.
I mean, it's civil limits.
Pay for the whole thing.
We're talking about like getting,
Or
Gift card, like, if I get a gift card for something to, give for a door prize, you don't spend over $50.
give two $25 gift cards. Something like that, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, just, yeah. I don't know. Just
Just
throwing it out there, we can do whatever you want.
Yeah, just more discussion, you know,
Yeah,
so.
well, it's good.
Anyway, that's all I would have had for comments. Anybody else got comments? That being said, I guess we'll go to item number 16, which will be executive session.
What time? 9:02.
At